right, we're going to try this again, guys. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, if they just were like grabbing so many personal details of my information that they forgot to run the live feed or what. I had an AfterSchrock going, and it just died. So I'm re-spooling up the AfterSchrock. So we'll see how many people actually reconnect with this one. But for those of you who are just finding it for the first time, the AfterSchrock is a special part of the show after the program where you can ask questions that maybe didn't fit in the show, or maybe you couldn't get through on the phone lines, or you were trying to ask something in the actual Facebook feed, and I couldn't get to it because I didn't see it go by in the limited amount of time that it went through. So yeah, thank you, Winston. I don't know what's going on. It did that to me on the show this morning too. I started the feed up, and then it went for like 6 seconds, and then it just died. It said your feed is ended. I'm like, why? So then I restarted it again, but I was talking on the radio, so I didn't have time to type any of like the title or anything. So it's just like this random video brought to you by Schrock. You know, it's not like a radio show or anything. It's just a video. So we threw all that up there. So anyway, in the previous incarnation of the AfterSchrock, a listener had asked, why is it that his hardware settings get reset when he gets one of these updates? It's because it's not an update. It's an upgrade. This is the same thing as getting a brand new computer and having a data transfer of all your stuff done to it, which is really infuriating. I don't understand, why is it that Microsoft can issue a new version of Windows and transfer your programs, yet they tell us when you get a new computer from Schrock, we can't transfer your programs. And then there's no way to do it. There's got to be a way to do it because Microsoft's doing it. So I'm not sure what the logic is there, but I should get my crack guys working on that, figuring that out. Okay. So please explain why Scott Voorhees is my board op. Well, you see, it's kind of the same thing. When I go into the shop and I answer the phone, and someone's like, "I can't believe you actually answer your own phone." It's like, I'm a human being and I work too. Actually, Dennis is usually the board op for the show, and Dennis had a conflict today, and they couldn't find anyone to fill. So Scott pinch hit for me and came in and ran the board, and I really appreciate that. So that's why you got treated to Scott's voice during the live weather and stuff there. So yeah, he didn't get demoted or anything. No, he's still the big kahuna over here. He's just he's not so big in the britches that he's not willing to help out when someone needs it. So I appreciate him coming in this morning and doing the show with me. All right. Yeah, thank you, Roger. Welcome back to you as well. Yes, Kevin, an open house is still planned for the new store. Originally, the plan was to have that this month. That plan may still come through. The reason I've been kind of quiet about it is the lovely Kimberly does all of our grand opening prep and planning, and we just got a new baby, and it was completely unexpected. I don't know, for those of you who haven't heard the last couple weeks, we had 24 hours notice that a baby was born in Los Angeles, and we were basically chosen to be that baby's parents by the birth mother. And so we flew out to Los Angeles, picked up a baby. So I've got a brand new little nugget at home, and that's soaking up a lot of the time. You might see I'm looking a little more tired than normal, but I'm awake. I'm kicking. I'm getting used to it again. But yeah, so basically we're going to do the grand opening for sure. It's just a matter of, is it going to be this month, or are we going to push it to next month to give us a little more time? The other thing we're terrified of is during the grand opening, we're going to have bouncy houses and all kinds of fun stuff for kids and things, and it keeps snowing. We're like, it's April showers, bring May flowers, a little rain, right? We need some warm weather to get, nice things outside. But what this has done is it's given me a month of time to accumulate prizes for the grand opening. So I'm getting all kinds of cool stuff. I got some Bluetooth speakers. I got some headphones. And not just junky headphones, like nice headphones, a few other little things, some portable charging batteries for cell phones, stuff like that. Just cool little trinkety gifts that we're going to give away at the grand opening. All right. Spring, fall, breaks, groups, why they're a giant Penny Keeper building. All right, Robert, I think I covered that one. Let me know if you didn't hear it. But it's because it's a complete upgrade of Windows. It's like a whole new computer you're getting. And then you're transferring all of your files and programs over, but it doesn't transfer your computer's settings over. It transfers the user settings. So user settings like screensavers, desktop wallpapers, things like that. It does not transfer group policy and computer settings over to the new machine, unfortunately. So that's what's going on there. All right, let's see. What else do we have going on? We were talking about the Ultimate Upgrade. That's what it was. We're going to be launching the Ultimate Upgrade in a week or two here. And for those of you who know what the Ultimate Upgrade is, it's you can basically get some trade-in value for your old computer, which normally you don't get anything for your old computer, but you get a little bit of a discount on a new computer, and you can get into a modular computer for a pretty low price. Usually it's $450 to $499, somewhere in that range, just depending on specs. So we are working right now on finalizing some. We've already updated our laptop model line for 2018. So for those of you who have purchased a laptop from Schrock this year, you've gotten the 18 model line already. The desktop computers, we are going to be doing some upgrades to them. So that's kind of been, again, new baby, kind of push things back a little bit because I do that work. So basically, we're gonna get the new line put together. Some of the new Ryzen chips have come out and actually have graphics on board with the Ryzen processors, which is really nice. It helps us keep the cost of those computers down because most customers don't need a dedicated graphics card. And the old Ryzen chips, like from the holiday special, required us to put a graphics card in. Now that we don't have to do that, we might actually be able to get the cost of those computers down low enough that we can actually put these Ryzen chips in our regular builds, which would be phenomenal. So we're going to be looking at that. One of the other things that I really, really want to do is I really want to do this because I think this is the future of where computers are going, but there are so many pitfalls. It's one of those things where we're just going to have to pull the trigger and do it and see if it works. Because all the planning you can do, all the thinking you can do, it's not leasing because you never actually own the computer, but in renting, it's not renting really because you have a term for it. So I guess, I don't know what we would call it. We'll have to come up with a cool name for it, and I've been trying to for a while and haven't been able to. But basically the concept is you get a computer, and if you want monitors and printers and keyboards and mice and stuff, you buy that on your own. But you get the computer is a fixed monthly price, say $25, $30 a month. For that price, you're going to get your endpoint, your secure updater, your drive advisor, warranty on it. So if one of the updates jacks it up, you don't end up paying anything. Literally, it is a cost-saving measure all the way through. So if you are that little old lady on a fixed income, which we have a lot of little old ladies on fixed incomes, and when it comes up to like a $50 thing for a safe upgrade, that can be a hardship for people. It really can. And then you're terrified that if they don't do it, something bad's going to happen, and 20% of the time it does. Then if it does happen to them, they're just destroyed because now it's a $200 bill, and they're saying, I wish I would have bought the safe upgrade. Isn't there anything you can do? And I've had people crying on the phone. So there are people out there that would do better with an all-in-one service solution where we take the hardware and make the hardware a service. And so let's just say all in $35 a month, you put a $100 deposit down, and you get an ultimate upgrade, and it's a 2-year term. And at the end of 2 years, you can turn in your ultimate upgrade, get your deposit back, or you can turn in your ultimate upgrade and get a new ultimate upgrade, the current model line, for no additional cost, or you can just keep your ultimate upgrade and just keep paying the $30 a month or whatever. So this is what we want to do, and now we have the ability with the new website to set up subscriptions, where we can do a subscription. We're doing this with the Schrock Desk already, where it automatically charges your card. We just invoice it. We don't have to worry about the logistics of all that stuff. So we can pretty much fire and forget until you have a problem and you need some help. And then you can come in and get help. So anyway, this is a controversial decision in Schrock. There are people who like the idea within the company, and there are people within my house who don't like the idea. And I've been compared to, it's like, remember Blue Hippo? Blue Hippo, they're bankrupt. Thor, look at what happens to everybody who does this. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's why we're going to do it on a very limited thing. We're going to do it just on desktops, just during the ultimate upgrade, with a limit of a certain number. We're not going to publicize that limit. We're just going to go with a certain number of computers and make them available. You can still buy them regular. You can still just, $450, here's your computer. And you can buy your endpoint, your secure updater, everything separately, and renew it every year. But otherwise, if you lock yourself in to that 2-year term, what we've found is when we run the pricing out, is you actually get better service because everything is under warranty. Because if you get a virus, you have endpoint, it's fixed. If your computer breaks on you, you have a warranty, it's fixed. The only thing that's not covered is physical damage. So if you throw your computer out the window, that's not covered, which is another reason why we're only going with desktops. They're heavier, and little old ladies can't throw them out windows. But basically, the idea here is you don't have to worry about the unexpected expenses anymore. You have one fluid expense that goes on, and we found that we actually, from a company perspective, are more profitable because some people buy the computer and don't get the endpoint. And some people buy the computer and they don't get the extended warranties. And so, as a rule, we actually make a little bit more money when people lease the computer. And the other nice thing is customers actually spend a little bit less money when they lease the computer. It's one of those rare situations where we have a win-win for everybody. So anyway, that's the idea. We're gonna hash that out a little bit further, and I need another week to get that done too. So all the way around, I'm shaking my magic 8 ball and it's saying nothing new for a week. Just chill out, and I'm okay with that. All right, let's see. Single point of failure, graphics on Ryzen. Well, if your graphics chip fails on the Ryzen processor, your Ryzen processor failed, and then that's a single point of failure too. If your processor dies, your processor dies. But the thing is, having the graphics built into the Ryzen chip. So a Ryzen 3, for example, is a $100 processor that requires us to put a $50 graphics card in the computer. So, and I know this sounds silly, guys, but let me step you through this real quick. $100 processor, $50 graphics card, $75 motherboard. All right, so now we're at what, 2 1/4. Then we need a Windows operating system. We're at 3 1/4. We need a DVD drive. Now we're at 400. A card reader. We're at 4 1/4. Let's see, what else do we put in there? Wireless card. Now we're at 475, and hard drive. Got to have a hard drive. So 475. We're gonna put a 250 in there. So now that 475, add another $80 to that. We're over $500 on what is normally a $599 computer. Yeah, that's too tight. We can't survive doing that. So basically, we need to find a way to get rid of that graphics card. And if we can get rid of the graphics card, that gives us the margin that we need, that we can actually make that computer. Because, and a lot of guys, I didn't mention there's other costs. The case goes into the case is $30. Then there's, of course, all the logistics and the systems that go into selling the computer, the advertising, the marketing, the stickers that go on the front, all the stupid stuff that you never think about. By the time we're done adding all that in, as it is right now, we are barely breaking even when we sell a computer. So if I'm selling them at a booked loss already, that dog doesn't hunt. But if we can get rid of the graphics card, that brings the cost of the components down enough that we can actually sell these things at a reasonable price so we can be competitive with Best Buy. We're not always focused on being a low-cost leader, but things that are worth money are rarely low cost. And so we're gonna try to compete, though. We can't be ridiculous. We can't be like Sony. Say, here's one laptop from Samsung or from Asus, and it's $500, and here's the Sony version, and it's $900 for no reason at all. We can't be Sony, but we need to make enough money that we can, put food on the table and pay our people. And so getting rid of that graphics card will help us do that potentially. And the graphics on board Ryzen isn't bad. It's Vega 11, so it's good graphics. Okay, why is the new AfterSchrock backup internal hard drive only using 371 gigs when the C drive is using 411 gigs? Why aren't they the same? That's a great question. Now, it could be that it depends on the setup also. Like if you're set up using Windows 7 backup and install, it's using an image. It's using an image of it should be the exact same size. If you're using file backup, it's only backing up the files from the computer. And so therefore it's not backing up the operating system, and that's why you're going to see a size difference there. Give us a call, Winston, at the shop. We'd be happy to Schrock desk in and take a look at that backup for you. I'm sure you're still under warranty. And then we'll take a look at that under warranty for you, and then make sure that the backup is working the way it's supposed to be working, because that's a pretty big deal. You want to make sure that that's going right. Also, guys, when you get the call asking about, call us back about a warranty, do call us back about a warranty, because most of the time we're trying to give you money back. I mean, we send out these calls and people just don't call us back, and I end up with their warranties. I'm like trying to give you a $300 gift card, sir, and they're like, "Oh, that was real." Yeah, I guess maybe they thought it was a scam call. But anyway, last thing here, guys, on my list anyway. If you could, the voting has started in the Omaha Choice Awards. So if you could take a moment to click on that link and vote for AfterSchrock. We're under Services, Information Technology. So it's not like computers. It says like IT Support Services. But if you could vote for AfterSchrock Innovations there, it's going to have a drop down. It'll ask you which service center you want to vote for. It doesn't matter which one you select. You can select Omaha or Papillion. They aggregate everything together at the end. So whichever one you want to vote for. I thought maybe I can get the results separately, because then I could create like a competition between my shops, because they let you vote once a day, right? So I could get all my employees voting from one shop and the other shop, and we could have like a West Side Story thing going on here. We could have, AfterSchrock North, AfterSchrock South, I don't know. But basically it'd be kind of fun. So if you could take a moment to vote for us, I'd appreciate it. All right, who should I talk to about my backup hard drive? Anybody who answers the phone will be able to help you out, Winston. In Papillion today, we've got Jacob. We're a little thin in Papillion today, so you might want to try the Omaha shop just to play it safe. Jacob's by himself in Papillion today because Robert is at WrestleMania. So he got tickets to WrestleMania, so he's down in Louisiana for that right now. Yeah, Jacob's by himself in Papillion. But if you call the Omaha Service Center, they got plenty of techs there to help you out with that today. And it'll just take a second. They're just going to look at it and make sure everything is working the way you want it to work. And if it's not, they'll set it up the way you want it set up and then run another backup and then disconnect. So it should be pretty quick. All righty, guys. Any other questions before we wrap it up? Last call for questions, because I got to get some donuts for the family this morning. Get home so my wife can get a shower before I have to go to meetings and stuff. It's the way new babies work. I'm sorry, okay, guys. I mean, that's you sleep when you can, you eat when you can, you shower when you can. I had to get up at like 5:40 this morning to make sure I got a shower. All right. Judy, I prepaid for my maintenance checkup in Lincoln. Is there a backup on service? You prepaid for your maintenance checkup in Lincoln. Is there a backup on service? Judy, are you saying your computer is in Lincoln right now for the maintenance checkup? Excuse me, my voice is starting to go. Or are you saying that you didn't receive a certificate that you prepaid for? I'll give you a second to respond to that one there. Why can't I get that open? I'm going to check here to see if you're in the shop right now, actually. All right. I'm tunneling in, virtually looking at who is in the service centers and who is not. All right. Nope, not that, Judy. Not that, Judy. Damn, no, nope, not that, Judy. Nope. Okay. Wondering how fast I can get it in and out. Oh, you live in Lincoln. Okay. So the Lincoln Service Center right now, when I was in the Lincoln Service Center on Thursday, and their benches, they had like 1 or 2 open spots, actually. Let's see, on the 7th, they took in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 computers yesterday and about 6 the day before. So they should be right about at capacity with maybe an open spot. If you got it in, I can't, this is the thing, everybody always asks how fast can I get it back. I cannot give you a promised turnaround time, because if you show up at 12:05 and 15 people showed up at noon before you, everything I told you now is meaningless anyway. What I can tell you is at this point, right now, your computer would go up on the bench very quickly. You could have it back by the end of the day Monday. You could. Sunday is a short day for us, however. We're only open from noon to 5 on Sunday. So Tuesday, worst case scenario. And if you brought it in Monday, I'd probably tell you Wednesday, worst case scenario. So I would definitely get it in today if you have the time to do that. Maybe you'll wait till Tuesday. That's all right. You can wait till Tuesday as well. Whatever works good for you. No rush. You got the certificate. It's paid for whenever it's convenient for you. What basically the nice thing about those certificates is when it gets slow in the shop, I can throw out the call to make sure you use those certificates, guys, and it actually gets them into the shop while we're slow, which works good for my guys because it gives them hours, right? It keeps them on the clock. It's good for you because from a service perspective, you get your computer back really fast and you get really great attention because there's not a whole lot going on. So there could be a lot. Now, the thing is that I will caution you on is keep in mind that Wednesday the 11th is when that upgrade comes out. And it is going to be ever-living chaos that day. We don't know if it's going to come out at 8 in the morning or 8 in the evening, but when it comes out, everybody's going to download their safe upgrade, and some people are going to have problems with it. It's pretty self-explanatory, but we literally had some customers call us last time and say, I downloaded it, it's not doing anything. Well, you have to run it. Oh, and then they double-click on it. I mean, so we just get a lot of calls, right? And they're easy calls, but we get a lot of calls. So during that, if you I wouldn't wait till Wednesday, okay? Because then you might actually have the opposite problem because other people are going to be bringing their computers in for us to do this update on the bench rather than buying the safe upgrade. All right. Sounds good, Judy. All right. All right, guys, I got to wrap it up. Got to get going. If you need anything from the shops, we're open today from noon until 5. SchrockInnovations.com is open, of course, all the time. You can get the preventative maintenance checkup certificate there. We won't change the price on that till Monday morning. So if you need to kick that around and do that when you get home, the special pricing will be up until tomorrow morning. Also, the Spring Creators Update. Let's see how many of those we have left. I saw that we were selling some during the show. It wasn't as much as we normally would because most of our customers have already bought it, to be honest. But you never know when you're talking to people on a week by week basis. You get new people every week. So yeah, right now. Yep, 94. So we sold 5 during the show. So it's not like we're going to sell out this afternoon. We have 94 left in stock there, guys. So if you want to jump on there and grab one of those, remember you need one for each computer. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the show. Thank you for being a Schrock customer. I appreciate you voting for us in the Best of Omaha and reviewing us on Google. It means the world to us. It genuinely does. Last week, 2 of you reviewed us on Google, and I can't thank you enough for that. Thank you. But we'll see you again next week. And don't forget, Monday morning, Omaha Morning Blend. If you're not in the Omaha metro area, we'll post that up on Facebook as well. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a great day.